And we are live, I think. Let me make sure everything is right. So I've changed the setup, as you can see here. Oh, sorry about that. So I've moved my laptop on my rolling table. I've got the Sony a7S III here. I'm going to try to stream with this camera. If, like yesterday, my computer starts to overheat, I just shut this one down because basically what's happening is I don't have any media card. So the a7S III is directly connected via USB-C to my laptop, and I'm using the app called Remote from Imaging Edge from Sony, and I'm doing a screen capture of this. So this is what you'll see. You're seeing a screen capture of the actual app. So it's not very optimal, and I think that slows down the computer quite a bit. I've got my iPad here for the comments. I'm just going to move my laptop. Let's see. So you guys let me know in the comments if anything is wrong or doesn't work. I think yesterday I was talking for 5 minutes and my sound stopped working for 5 minutes. So sorry about that. It's going to be noisy. Just maybe a bit better. It's a bit in the web. All right. So who's here? Who's here? Where are you guys from? Say hello so I can see you. And again, if it's too laggy, let me know and I switch back to the webcam. I'll try not to be too fancy today. Still trying to figure out how this whole live thing works. One thing, guys, if you want to comment, you need to be subscribed to the channel. If you are not subscribed, you won't be able to leave comments. Just one simple, very small thing. But yeah, ready to talk about anything you guys want. I've got the Komodo and the Gemini in case you have got questions about the Red ecosystem. We can talk Final Cut. I can share my screen, load a project, and talk more about, for example, sound design. I just posted a video on YouTube about sound design that was partnering with Artlist, and we created these sound effects from scratch pretty much. What's up, Paddy? Are you filming any CrossFit at the moment? So the CrossFit Games. Some nice videos in the US. Some lucky people able to go outside, not in lockdown like we are. But yeah, let me know. Unless you guys don't want to hear my French accent, just feel free to ask any questions. Looks pretty good to me. I've got the YouTube app on the iPad on the side, and it looks not too bad. Not as bad as yesterday. My computer is only at 5% CPU today, so I think I won't be able to fix the lag until I get my capture card, which will basically have an HDMI cable coming from the a7S III to an HDMI card, and that plugs in as a USB into the computer. And that should help a lot with the stream. So if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll get started with a random topic. Could be anything about editing, filmmaking, photo editing, running a filmmaking business in Australia during lockdown, snap lockdowns after each other, getting all your jobs cancelled day after day. I'm just complaining. I'm French. So we've got a question. First question from Patty. What exposure do you normally set to on your meter for S-Log2, S-Log3? What camera? Because that's going to change let's say if I'm filming with the A7R3, which is a photo camera and which is 8-bit only, first of all, I'll shoot S-Log2, not S-Log3, because I there is not enough data in the footage to really there is not enough information in the footage to really withhold all the S-Log3 requirements. So I'm shooting S-Log2. It works very well on the A7R3, and usually I would expose to the right nearly at +2. But something to keep in mind is the way your meter is set. So yeah, for the S7S3. So for the S7S3, I shoot S-Log3, and I have always my camera in 4:2 10-bit, whatever mode I'm using. I know some YouTubers are saying, yeah, if you shoot 4K 120, you don't need 10-bit. It's not true. I get the best results. The files are huge, and you need to create proxies, obviously in Final Cut or Premiere, whatever software you're using, because it's a bit hard to play them back. But I would expose around the 1.5 mark. So the S7S3 is a bit more flexible and gives you more latitude to mask your exposure, as long as you're slightly overexposed according to the meter. Now, we talked about that yesterday, and I'll just show you something. I don't know if you... Where is it? It's here. If you've got one of those, it's a color checker. That one is the Passport Video, I think they name it. So if you open it here, you see you've got 3 bands, and basically it's to help you set your exposure, and I would use that, and I use it more and more. So if you're filming interviews, like I'm filming myself right now, the way I set the exposure before filming in the camera is by using that middle band here. That's called the middle gray, and what I do is I expose it to 40 to 50 RE, which is, so you use the zebras in the camera, you do custom zebras, and you set it to standard range ±5 and set it at 45, so it's giving you like the 40 to 50 range. And when you're going to expose and turn them on, you'll see zebras on those, and if you don't see them, it's either like you're overexposed or underexposed, and that's the best way to get, at least for the skin tones, and it works very well. Here it's not too bad. Obviously, like my light is supposed to be on the other side, but I never use that setup. I have some natural light coming from this side, so I like to add some more light. And usually on the face, you'll see like the zebras will show in the middle of your face if it's if you're very accurate. So that's how I do. Otherwise, when I shoot outside B-roll or anything, I'm not going to use that. So my rule of thumb is to, of course, I've got the zebras at 95, I think 94, 95 in S-Log3. So making sure I'm not clipping the highlights unless necessary, because sometimes you have no choice. And I would try to expose that around 1.7, 1.5. Works pretty well. And you can crank up the ISO. That's the beauty of the S-Log3 and the 10-bit on the S7S3, is you can change your ISO if you need more light in low light. So I hope this answers your question. 1.5, 1.7 on the meter. Hey Zach, how do you go about marketing? Do clients come to you, or do you go after clients? Cold calls, emails, etc. I know you asked that question in Instagram, and I wanted to answer this question in the feed. So that's thanks for joining. Thanks for connecting, Zach. That's a very good point. And I even ask myself that question sometimes. I'm just realizing when I need to answer, I'm like, yes, I do all of this, all of those cold calls, emails, DMs. And that's the biggest question, I would say, to when you run a business, run a freelancing business, a filmmaking business, is how do you get new clients? And when I first started, I was cold calling. If you watch my video, I quit my job, I talk a bit about that. And basically I was cold calling, I was knocking at doors, I was going to all the real estate agencies, which I didn't know. I was going to very cheap real estate agencies, the ones in the street, and I would give them my card, and but I would never get any phone calls back. I do Facebook advertising. I used to Google Ads, keywords, SEO on my website. I do all of this. I think that's important to do all of this. But to be honest with you, I've stopped spending money on marketing a while ago, because first of all, my clients are not spending their days on Facebook or YouTube. Most of them, it's like usually my target client is more like they don't spend time on this. So like I would spend money on Facebook, they would see me. It's random. So usually like the clients that are contacting me through those ads are not going to hire me in the end because to make it short, I'll be too expensive. Uh, that's how it is. Google Ads a little bit for the keywords. That's helping definitely. Finding people to find blue media. That's helping. But the best way to get new clients is word of mouth, and that's something I really need to work on. Networking. So to answer that question, last time someone asked me, I just was thinking, and I'd say 95% of the jobs I got over the past 2 or 3 years, or since the beginning, I would say, are connections from connections from connections. Um, so yeah, especially the last year with COVID, like pretty much, I would say 99% of the jobs I got were from word of mouth. People I met, friends of friends of friends. Hey, do you need a filmmaker? Do you need a production house? Do you need this or on these projects? And recommendations. It's very rare. I think I got 2 people this year, to be honest, that reached out, and they were totally external, and they found me through Google, my SEO on my website, or a Google ad, which is SEO because when they type the keywords, and they were local companies, they were looking for a production house. But yeah, so DMs work. I'd say it works more for collaborations. So I still do a lot of, not as much with COVID obviously, but a lot of partnerships with brands, and usually DMs on social media on Instagram work a bit better for the first point of contact. If they answer, it's usually a very good sign, and then I just go with the email. I try to cold email, doing my research on LinkedIn, trying to find a marketing manager of that brand or that camera gear brand I want to work with, but usually like your success rate is very low. So obviously, like if you have time and want to spend time to send, and I think when you start a business, that's something you need to go through eventually if you're not that good at networking, which was my case when I first came and first started in Australia. I was new to Brisbane. I didn't know anyone, so I had to go out there to send emails and to connect with people. But yeah, let me know if that answers your question. So we've got a question from Tashin T. Do you use any external recorder? I don't at this stage. I'm using the Sony A7S III most of the time, and if I'm not using that on bigger projects, I'm using the Komodo or the Gemini, and I don't need an external recorder. The 10-bit on the Sony A7S III is powerful enough, and I don't need to have the RAW. Usually, if I use the Sony, it's because I don't need the RAW. If I need RAW, I would go with one of the Reds. So I use external monitors, but not external recorders. Let me know, guys, if that answers your question as well. At least I know that you can hear me. Otherwise, it's very lonely. It's my second live stream, and so far it looks pretty good. Just checking if you can hear me. Let me know, guys, if that answers your question. Sounds not too bad. Proud of myself. if you guys are new to the stream, if you can't comment as well, please subscribe. That's going to unlock the comment part. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Guillaume Cornet. I'm a filmmaker. I'm French, and I live in Australia on the Gold Coast, and I run a film production business here. Sorry about that. I just shut down the sound. But so yeah, I started filmmaking. I started my filmmaking business in 2016. So it's been 5 years. Like in September, it's gonna be 5 years when I first created the website, and I've been making videos my whole life. Pretty much was doing lots of wakeboard videos when I was younger, and that's how I really fell in love with the process. I would film my friends wakeboarding, and at school I would just think about the weekends or the end of the day when I could go wakeboarding with my friends and how I was going to capture that and how to film that. And then the GoPros came on, and it was a big change. So Pat is asking, why did I choose Final Cut over Premiere Pro? Give me, I want to see an answer on this one. Give me one single reason why you would choose Premiere Pro over Final Cut. Except, okay, I have to put restriction. Except saying that you want to be able to work on PC, because Final Cut Pro is Mac only. But I've got the reasons. But usually when I ask this question on live streams, on Instagram or anything, I think no one has ever had the correct answer. By correct, I mean, it's maybe biased, but Final Cut is faster. Final Cut workflow is better. It's not because you just because it's on Mac and the workflow and all of this. It's just in general. The software is faster. It has pretty much every function that Premiere has. It's simpler. It's the Apple way. It's like having an iPhone, compared to an Android. Everything is, yes, you're a bit guided. Like everything is a bit, you're within that framework, the Apple framework, but it's so much easier. Emma right now, she's working behind her desk and she's on Final Cut Pro, and she picked up Final Cut in just a few hours, and she's killing it on it, and she can export videos all by herself. Like, try to teach someone how to use Premiere, they go crazy. Try to explain someone how to use proxies on Premiere or anything. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got at least one reason why Premiere would be better. I'm curious. I have a few reasons why I would use Premiere over Final Cut, but so far, yeah, no one ever. Salut Guillaume, je m'appelle Noli. French filmmaker Byron Bay. Byron Film. I'm sure I've seen that somewhere. Welcome, Olivier. We should get a beer together. I can't cross the border. We can't cross the border. I don't get beers with people. I'm very... it's not I'm against socializing, but so I don't have time. I need to network, am I saying? I need to get out there. Yeah. When I'm not editing, I'm spending time with Emma and my son. And at the moment, yeah, when you work on your own business, like, you don't have much free time. So, but yeah, like if we're on the shoot and we finish the day and there is a beer, like, I'm happy to have that, to share beer. But I usually don't. Like, I've got a lot of people reaching out, and I appreciate it, and I'm grateful. It's like I want, like, it's very humbling, and but yeah, I don't spend time to go for a coffee with someone or anything. Emma's looking at me with big eyes, like, she's like, "You're so antisocial." Oh, we should get on shoot together when they reopen the border. That's for sure. Like, when the work, like, I was supposed to film in what day are we, Thursday? So I was supposed to film in Byron tomorrow. Obviously cancelled. Half day shoots. Like, it's the fifth one in the past 2 weeks, so it's pretty bad. let me know how you guys are affected by all those lockdowns as well. I know in New South Wales you are not in lockdown in Byron, but yeah, let me know how you guys go with the business. How did you pivot? Did you how are you surviving? What do? You know, can't just say, oh, the governments won't let us work. Like, we need to find solutions. So very curious to talk to listen what you guys are doing to survive, and like, we're in this together. So I'm like happy to help each other during this time. It's good with After Effects. So coming back to why Premiere would be better with Final Cut. Yeah. From what I've seen, it crashes a lot as well when you do round trips between Premiere and After Effects. Emma is making a coffee. That's the noise you can hear. It crashes a lot from what I've seen, and what I do is I do use After Effects. And I do the round trip with Final Cut. So what I do is that if I need to do some advanced tracking, advanced 3D titles, obviously Final Cut doesn't have that. It does have it, like you can download plugins, but they are not as powerful as using After Effects or Mocha. What's up? Do you want to come in the stream? Do you have any questions?
How many people are tuning in?
You're on this camera.
Okay. Hi.
This is Emma.
Hi, everyone.
Emma is working on Final Cut right now. She's doing so our yoga studio had to close because of the lockdown. You've been closed for 4 days now?
Yeah, so I'm a Final Cut Pro now.
Doing yoga ventures online.
Mm-hmm.
The online studio. Working out, trying to pump videos every day. 2 videos a day at the moment. So, like I said, like if it was on Premiere, I think I would implode.
Yep. Grateful to have a tech support person living with me.
But Final Cut is easier. Would I move to Resolve? Yeah. The day Resolve. So DaVinci Resolve, the good thing is it's free, first of all, like for the basic functions. Obviously, like as soon as you start going deeper into it, you have to pay. So if you want a denoiser, if you want to use edit higher than in 4K. I used Resolve recently actually because I filmed on Inspire 2 for a shoot. And the Cinema DNG format of the Inspire 2 doesn't work on Final Cut, and I think doesn't work on Premiere. So you have to go through the Blackmagic DaVinci, and I had to transcode my video. It was a bit of a pain because I'm not editing in it. It's great. For color grading, for everything, I think it's pretty good. But I have no incentive. Like if I had to work on PC, like no other possibility, I would definitely go with DaVinci. But at this stage, Final Cut is doing everything I need and fast and well, and I'm super quick. Like I know, like I'm working. If you watch my tutorial videos, you see how fast I'm going with all my shortcuts. So I have no interest in going. Like Final Cut is doing what I need. If I wanted to have better functions in color grading, I think I would be at that level where I would hire someone to do my color grading in my videos, and they would use DaVinci, and we would do a round trip. But I'm not at that level. Like, yeah. For everyone joining, just then, like, if you guys want to comment, you need to subscribe to the channel to unlock the comments. We are talking anything about filmmaking, camera equipment, editing, any questions, running a business during a lockdown. Let me know how you guys are doing. Leave a like and comment as well. That's helping pushing the video in the algorithm for YouTube. It's pretty good. I'm going to try during this lockdown period and maybe a bit next week because it's going to be slow. I have no job outside of YouTube and making videos for YouTube. Going to try to do 1 live stream a day and see where we go with that, and maybe like pick a topic every day and just talk for half an hour, 45 minutes on one topic. So today we are 24 minutes in. We had a few very interesting questions from the guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask the community. share the live stream with someone who would be interested, and let me know if there is any technical issue. I'm still learning live streaming. It's my second live stream ever. Yesterday we had some issues with the computer lagging. I know my feed is not super fluid. It's because I'm streaming through the remote app. So I'm using OBS. OBS is picking the feed from the remote app for the Sony a7S III that's plugged in with a USB-C. So I'm not using any capture card or anything. So it's basically a screen recording of a video display of a window on my computer. So that's why it's lagging a bit. But hopefully the audio is pretty good. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, send them over. Let me know if you're happy with my answers, if I'm talking too much. I know I talk too much. Pop out chat. I know there are black bars on the side, and it's because I'm still trying to figure out the resolution thing. The laptop resolution is a bit shorter on the side. It's not a full 16:9. It's actually longer, and yeah, it's a bit weird. Also, guys, let me know what you think of that format of a bit more raw. Obviously, I do a lot of videos on YouTube at the moment, trying to pump one video a week. And I was thinking about doing more, and I'm trying, but when it's quiet like this, because we're in lockdown, because we can't go on shoots, it's a bit easier. But I spend so much time, it takes me 3 or 4 days to do one video. And then comes the weekend, I want to spend time with my family. So there is only so many videos I can do a week, and until I can afford to have someone to help me, an editor, I won't be able to do more than one, unless the videos are much shorter. I did actually a poll on my on the YouTube community channel with the audience, and you guys, thank you so much for voting actually for this. And you guys said you'd rather see me doing the longer, more curated videos like I'm doing already, rather than shorter, like not as curated videos. So yeah, thanks for your input, guys. How do you add an adjustment layer for color grade? Okay, let's jump in Final Cut. Let's see if that works. Do I have any projects I could share with you, or we're just going to create one? It's not easy. Don't have much room here. All right, give me a sec. I'm going to send that to Final Cut. Looks like, yeah, if I have to be on Final Cut. So I've just got a project. Let me know if you can't see it. It's going to be black at the beginning, but yeah, it looks like it's working. So I'm going to import some video clips. Just give me a sec. I'm going on my Dropbox because I've got nothing connected on my laptop now, and everything is on drives. I don't keep anything local to the computer. I'm going to just pull one clip. So we're going to create a new project entitled okay, and I'm going to pull a clip from an iPhone. So I'm sorry, it's a vertical video. It's not the best. And I'm just going to change the color space. So it was shot on iPhone, and iPhones are shooting HDR, so you need to override the color space here to write 2020, so it looks like it's the original colors. And so basically, keep the questions coming, guys, so I can answer more questions. I'm going to stand another 10 minutes before ending the chat. ending the live stream. So in Final Cut, you can, it's not a plugin, you can download, either if you use Color Finale, they give you the adjustment layers, or you can find them on Google. And so here, for example, that's an adjustment layer. You find them on Google, you search for adjustment layer for Final Cut. It's basically a file that you drag and drop into the motion folder. Super easy, takes 2 seconds. And then you have access to your adjustment layers. So like here I'm adding a color board on it, for example. And here you can do whatever you want. So on the color board, or you can add some color wheels, curves, or whatever effect. If you want to add a lot, let's say I'm going to drop the saturation. Let me know if that answers your question, but that's what I would do. Then you have different techniques. So one thing, Pat, like if you're using, maybe you know, maybe you don't know. I'm just going to go down that route. If you're using the A7S3, what you want to do if you're shooting S-Log3 is convert that to Rec 709. I kind of wish I had some A7S3 footage. Let me see if I do. Unfortunately, I don't. Not here. Next time, on the next stream tomorrow, I'll do that. But you've got a few ways to apply a conversion LUT. So the idea is to convert your footage from S-Log3 to Rec 709, which is going to be a color space of export, most likely for YouTube, for your clients. And on the A7S3. And basically, you're going to want to apply a LUT. So one way of doing it is custom LUT, and my computer is slowing down, so I'm going to stop the rendering. Again, I think that's because I don't have a capture card for the Sony A7S3. It's really slowing down the whole thing. I'm just going to make that clip much smaller so that we don't render for hours. Here we go. Shouldn't take too much time. So I've applied the LUT on my adjustment layer, and not yet. And here in Final Cut, you've got a few LUTs here. You can load some more. For the A7S3, you've got different ones. Gerard Undone from YouTube, if you follow him, he's got a couple. They're free. They're not too bad. Sony's got their own that I really don't like. So S-Log3 to Rec 709. That's the proper way, by the way. That's how you want to convert your footage from... No, I don't always drop saturation. That was just an example in this one, because that was shot on iPhone, and I just wanted to show you how to put an adjustment layer. But what's important here is... so I'm using those Phantom LUTs. You have to pay for them. If you type Phantom LUT for Sony S-Log3, you'll find them. It's from a guy called Joe Fulmaro on Google. And I've got the standard and the film LUTs, and they are next level. They are so good. They are replicating the ARRI LUT, the ARRI colors, and I really like it. And you can really go creative. So for this shot, usually right now I'm using S-Cinetone just because I can't load the LUT in the camera for you to see. And instead of you guys seeing a S-Log3 log video, I'm just S-Cinetone is like. Looks good in camera. But yeah, if shooting S-Log3, that's I would recommend those slots. They're not that cheap, but they are so good. Salut Seb, bienvenue. Welcome to the feed. If you have any questions, si tu as des questions en français ou en anglais c'est mieux parce qu'il y a plus de personnes qui peuvent comprendre après. Et mon français, je perds mon français. Any questions? If you guys are just joining now, consider subscribing so you can comment. And leave a like, leave a thumb up, share the video. That's really helping the channel. I appreciate that. Trying to grow, to play with the YouTube game. Yeah, I'm using S-Cineton right now. It's on the A7S3. S-Log3 is pretty good in low light too. You'd be surprised. I was showing the LUTs on S-Log3, so I'm using those phantom LUTs that you can get on Google and find them. They're really good. Another thing to know is I talk about that in one of my videos about the Red Komodo. Is I would always add my conversion LUT at the end. So, and eventually I will have a creative LUT or creative color adjustments after. But you want your color boards, your adjustments below, so they need to be here at the top, or they can be on the clip directly here. So here I have a LUT, but let's say here I would do my adjustments on the clip, and then on the adjustment layer I would add the LUT. It's for the simple reason that if you work like this, you're actually changing the saturation, the exposure, the color on the log footage. So prior to any conversion to Rec 709. So you're using the full range of the footage. If you apply the LUT and then you do your changes, it's very simple to see that. If you put an histogram, I don't have any A7S3 footage here, but like for tomorrow I'll make sure to have some. You'll see the difference. You're going to clip much quicker and you won't have as much flexibility. It's pretty obvious and very important to note. Making sure your Rec 709 LUT is after, and that would be the same in Premiere or DaVinci. So in DaVinci, your last node would be your conversion LUT. So the ones that I just showed you, and prior to all of this, you do your adjustments. So color shift, color balance, exposure, saturation, anything, and you do it before applying the LUT. You can obviously have the display the LUT. When I say before, it's in the order the software is going to apply your color grading. Hope that makes sense. Let me know. Let me know, guys. For everyone who is joining, thank you so much. Welcome. I'm going to try to do those live streams every day at the moment. Keep them short, maybe a bit shorter than that. And we'll talk about anything. If you guys want to Red Komodo, for example, I know the Red Komodo gets a lot of interest on YouTube. I made a video about the Red Komodo versus the A7S3 a couple of months ago, and the video just went crazy. And I don't think I did such a good job at doing a very scientific review, but people really appreciated like doing the comparison in real life of both cameras. So we got some really cool shots, compare the cameras side by side. You can check this video out. But yeah, Red Komodo, if you want to talk editing like we are right now in Final Cut, we can too. Anything pretty much, running a business during COVID. Let me come back on this camera. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. I post stories every day, lots of behind the scenes. Make sure you follow Blue Media House on Instagram as well. Lots of very cool behind the scenes, lots of stories as well when we are not in lockdown. Yeah, check those channels out and come say hello. All right, where we are at in the stream. Where is my YouTube stream? We are 39 minutes in. What do you guys want to talk about? Do you want to talk about cryptocurrencies? What cryptocurrencies are you investing in right now? Let me know. Sorry, I have to look above. I have to find. I've got a microphone here, but it's not connected. But I should put that Rode here at the top. I'll do that for tomorrow, so I don't have to look above for my MacBook. So yeah, cryptocurrencies. What are you investing in? Are you doing? Is there any altcoin about to pump? Let me know. Where should I put my money in? Where should we put our job keeper? Nothing. I'm asking people what crypto we should invest in. I don't use a Black Promise filter. I want to use one. I want to buy one. At the moment, I'm using the Polar Pro. I'll get it. Give me a sec. All right. So this is the Polar Pro. Sorry. Need to drink. Dry. Comes in a nice box. But that's the Polar Pro base camp. Just right there. And so basically you slide your filters. I'm sure you guys know that. From the top, so I've got the 225 stop right now in it, and there's a circular polarizing filter. So if I spin that wheel here at the top, it's changing my the strength of DMD from 225 stops, and I've got the 629 stops as well for outside, and you can open the flag like this. But to answer your question, no, I don't have a Black Promise. I want one for YouTube because I think it could look pretty cool with that setup I've got behind me. I'm still working on the setup. You can see the LEDs are not stuck, but yeah, I think the Black Promise would really remove that digital look that the Sony, especially the Sony cameras, have. The Sony A7, I love the quality of the Sony, but it's really, like it's hospital grade. It's so good, so sharp, so nice, but sometimes it's a bit too much. So a Black Promised filter would really help. And the reason why I was showing you the base camp here is because Polar Pro, they have a third stage that clips on, so you can have two filters at the same time. So you could have the 225 or the 629 filter, and on top of that have a Promise filter, so you could shoot outside. And that's, I think, the best solution, because I just don't want to get an ND Promised that I can only use in some conditions. Right now I'm using the variable ND filter on the Sony, the circular one, the Polar Pro Peter McKinnon one as well, the 225 inside, because it's fairly bright and the Sony can handle low light quite well. But yeah, do you have one? Well, how do you like it? I'm very curious. I've never used one. I just know I want one. Guys, we'll end up the stream in 7 minutes, so ask away if you have any questions. En français, si vous avez des questions, envoyez-les, commentez. You need to subscribe if you want to be able to ask questions or leave comments. Very important. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, you can't leave comments. No one is investing in crypto. What's my Fran time? Let me check. Fran. By the way, Wodify is pretty bad. Such a bad app. Keeps crashing, never works. Not instinctive at all. Like I keep going back and forth the new and the old app. I think my Fran, I haven't done any Fran in a long time, so yeah, I did it once in January. So that was 6 months ago. Today marks the 1 year since I started CrossFit for the first time. So I did Fran in 7 minutes in 38 seconds. You have to remind me what's Fran. Not Fran CrossFit. What's Fran? 3 rounds, 21, 15, 9 reps of 95 pounds barbell thrusters and pull-ups. So 21 thrusters, 21 pull-ups. So 95 pounds is what, 45 kilos. Yes, thrusters are definitely not my strength. And pull-ups, I'm getting a few butterfly pull-ups, so, and which I didn't in January. So I'm pretty sure I could do it faster. 7 minutes and 38. And I said that pizzas the night before when I did it. So I use Cinebloom filters. I have no idea what those are. Let's have a look. Cinebloom filters. We've got 5 minutes left. Safari. So I'm just going on Safari now. Oh, I've seen those. Shop Moment. Oh, it's from Moment. Okay. Nice. Yeah, so exactly. You guys, hold on. Are you able to see? Looks like you can't see. Hold on. Safari. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to switch to Safari so I can share with everyone the Cinebloom filters. How can I do that? Window. No, I don't use the Mac M1. I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro 2019 fully spec'd. I can't show you Safari for some reason. I can show you. That's so weird. I'm sorry. Window capture Safari. It works on the home page, but trying to find a way. Browser? Oh, could use that. No, that's not what we want. Try one more time, but yeah, it looks like I can't show you Safari for some reason. It was working when I prepared it. Sorry guys. But yeah, they look cool. I'm on the page now. So it's from Moment. Moment, if you don't know guys, it's that brand that does... They started by doing, if I'm not mistaken, saying any mistake, but they started with iPhone filters. And so you would screw on the filter or put it on the case. And now like they start doing more interesting stuff. They were doing the... For example, for the Mavic 2 Pro, they had an anamorphic converter, which I used. did not great, didn't work that well, but when it was working, it was creating a cool effect. So yeah, that was one thing. Yeah, it looks really good on their video, obviously. $49, 50 bucks. So yeah, that's what I meant. Like those filters are great, but like once you have this on your camera, you can't put any ND filter. So it all depends. What are you after? Do you want to have that nice bloom effect, like the cine bloom, that nice mist effect, or do you want to have your shutter speed perfect to what it's supposed to the 180-degree rule, which would be 50, 1/50, or 1/100, depending on your frame rates or whatever. So yeah, that's why like I would use the matte box and stacking the filters, having an ND filter and the Black Pro Mist or the bloom. If you can stack them, that's solving a lot of issues. But yeah, all right, guys, we are getting into we're at 51 minutes. So if you have one, I will take one last question, and we'll wrap up. Again, like if you can't comment, make sure you subscribe, because you won't be able to comment unless you're subscribed. If you enjoyed that stream, leave a like. I see that we received quite a few likes. Thank you very much. This is my second stream ever, so I'm still learning how to do those, trying to find a way like to frame those lives, see what we can talk about, making them a bit shorter maybe, but talking about one specific topic every day. Let me know what's the best way, what's the best time as well. For us, it's I start at 2 p.m. Queensland time here. Would you like them a bit later or a bit earlier? Can't do much later, then I have to pick up my son. So, but yeah, and any questions? I use a Mac M1 with my Sony A7 III, no slowing down. Yeah, but Sony A7 III. So we were talking about the Sony A7S III, which is, in terms of bitrate, it's maybe double, if not more, than the Sony A7 III. Plus, it's a different codec, so it's much more demanding. I've heard some amazing stuff about the M1. It's just not powerful enough when you start shooting with the Komodo in 6K. Apparently, it's good to just like for basic timeline, but as soon as you start pumping and like putting a lot of filters, like it's when it's falling apart. Plus, I think on the M1, like you can't really update the RAM. So I've been told like they were doing good, but if you start doing some advanced editing, which I do, lots of commercial projects, on the Sony A7 III, okay. And do you use 4K 10-bit 422? And what software do you use? I'm curious. I know Emma's iMac. She's got a iMac which is not the top range, but it does a better job than my MacBook Pro, which is the top, the fully spec one. I have to create. Yeah, ok. Et t'as pas de ralentissement? Est-ce que quand tu commences à faire des gros projets, quand je dis gros projets, c'est plusieurs pistes vidéo et avec beaucoup de correction couleur. Je suis désolé, je connais aucun mot en français relatif à la vidéo, c'est incroyable. Ok. J'attends les nouveaux, ce qu'ils appellent les M1X. J'attends les nouveaux. Parce que c'est juste, j'ai regardé des vidéos et c'était pas encore assez puissant pour ce que je veux faire. Et surtout, ils n'ont pas le 16 pouces encore. Et la question sera, est-ce que je prends un 16 pouces, le nouveau, ou est-ce que je prends un iMac? Ok. En 4K, 10 bits, 422. C'est impressionnant parce que je pense que même l'iMac d'Emma, il ne pourrait pas faire ça. Okay, I have to look more into those M1 MacBooks and get more jobs. Thank you so much, everyone. We're going to wrap here. Really appreciate you tuning in and being patient with me on my second live stream ever. We'll do it one more tomorrow, and then it's the weekend. But yeah, keep asking your questions, keep commenting on this video. Yeah. Ok, merci Sébastien, ouais, c'est intéressant. Définitivement avoir, je vais regarder. Sébastien was talking in French about the M1 MacBooks, the Mac Mini, that they were able to edit the 4K S-Log3 10-bit in Final Cut without any issue, and like having multiple tracks, which is really cool because I have to create proxies on mine, and then that's fine. In proxies, it's totally fine. I can work on big projects, but yeah. So thank you so much again, guys. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to be able to comment and be notified for all the next videos. I posted a video earlier today about editing your sound design. So let me know what you think about this one. Sound design in Final Cut, but it could be in Premiere or DaVinci. Sponsored by Artlist. Thank you, Artlist, for sponsoring that video. And yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Send me DMs here as well. That can, even if I don't answer, I'll let you know that we can talk about that in the next live stream. Let me know what you want to see next into the non-live stream videos. And in the meantime, have an amazing day, guys. Stay safe. Hopefully you're not in lockdown and you can work. And if you're in lockdown, stay healthy, eat well, sleep well, keep exercising. And let's do a friend. You have to tell me your time, Pat. I see you guys soon. Bye.